Imagine standing in a crowd while thousands of glowing drones paint galaxies, robots, and pulsating orbits across the night sky. We aren't talking about a sci-fi movie. It all happened in the UAV SHENZHEN EXPO 2025, where the world's craziest drones stunned the viewers. But what really went down? A sky on fire. The drone show spectacle. If you thought fireworks were the ultimate nighttime display, think again. At the UAV SHENZHEN EXPO 2025, drones stole the show, quite literally. The opening performance wasn't just a gimmick to entertain the crowd. It was a living demonstration of how far drone choreography has come. Thousands of illuminated quadcopters launched into the sky, moving in perfect synchronization to music that made the entire scene feel almost cinematic. Instead of static fireworks that burn out in seconds, these drones painted entire animated stories across the sky, spinning planets, giant robots, futuristic cityscapes, and even orbits that seemed to pulse with life. The level of precision was staggering. Each drone had to hold its exact position within a massive digital canvas, working with hundreds of others to form seamless three-dimensional illusions. And it wasn't just about wowing the audience. This spectacle was China's way of sending a message. Technology here isn't just functional, it can be emotional, artistic, and powerful all at once. Within hours, the drone show went viral across social media platforms, turning Shenzhen's skyline into the world's most shared piece of digital art. But here's the real kicker. While the light show dazzled with spectacle, it was only scratching the surface. What lay inside the walls of the expo wasn't about entertainment at all. It was about technology that could soon redefine industries, cities, and even warfare. And that's where things get really interesting. Inside the world's drone capital. Now, let's step off the streets and into the beating heart of the expo itself. Shenzhen has long been recognized as China's hardware capital, but for drones, it's something bigger. It's ground zero for the entire global industry. For a few days in May, the city officially crowned itself as the drone capital of the world. Over 76,000 visitors poured into the event, not just hobbyists, but engineers, defense experts, and government officials from more than 100 countries. And the scale? Mind-boggling. More than 800 companies showed off around 5,000 cutting-edge products across 50,000 square meters of floor space. What struck most visitors wasn't just the volume of new drones, but the diversity. The expo wasn't one big hall with random displays. It was organized into specialized zones, each highlighting a different role drones are now playing. There was a section dedicated entirely to industrial solutions, another for consumer-friendly gadgets, one for urban air mobility prototypes like flying taxis, and another for ground and underwater robots. Even counter-drone technologies had their own spotlight. It felt less like a tech exhibition and more like the Olympics of unmanned systems. Each country came with something to prove, whether that was agricultural drones that could replace human field workers or combat systems designed to neutralize enemy UAVs. For many, this wasn't just a chance to showcase products. It was about staking a claim in what China calls the low-altitude economy, a new frontier where the skies just above our heads will become as commercially important as roads and railways. The variety on display also set the stage for the real highlight of the event, the chance to see how far drones have evolved beyond toys and into full-blown lifelines of the modern world. Beyond toys, the evolution of drone roles. Remember when drones were just cool gadgets for taking aerial selfies or chasing your dog around the yard? Those days feel almost prehistoric compared to what's happening now. The Shenzhen Expo made it crystal clear. Drones have matured, and they're reshaping how industries operate. Take firefighting drones, for example. These aren't simple camera drones. They're equipped with sensors that can automatically detect fire sources, then relay coordinates directly to ground crews for a faster and safer response. Some even have systems that can suppress flames themselves, flying directly into areas too dangerous for human firefighters. In agriculture, drones are now critical for tasks like precision spraying, soil analysis, and even pollination. They reduce labor needs and increase crop yields, making them indispensable tools for farmers in a world grappling with food security challenges. Logistics is another game changer. Fully autonomous cargo drones designed for urban settings are already capable of carrying packages across crowded cityscapes, bypassing the gridlock we've all suffered through. On the consumer side, innovation hasn't slowed either. Racing drones capable of insane acceleration, stabilized filming rigs for creators, and even palm-sized drones you can literally launch out of your pocket were on display. These show that drones are not only professional workhorses but also entertainment devices that keep pushing the limits of personal tech. But the real shocker, it's that drones aren't just sticking to the skies anymore. Vertical takeoff and landing craft are blurring the line between drone and aircraft, with prototypes of urban air taxis and rescue vehicles hinting at a future where city commutes might literally take place in the air. And that leads us to the showstoppers, the wildest and craziest models unveiled at the Expo. The heart of the Expo, wildest models and tech unveiled. And now, we dive into the real reason everyone's jaw dropped at Shenzhen, the sheer variety of drones that felt less like prototypes and more like science fiction breaking into reality. Forget the hobbyist quadcopters you've seen at the park. This was a buffet of machines that could race, rescue, spy, deliver, and even carry you across the city. Take the Jetson 1, often hyped as the flying motorcycle. At first glance, it looks like a futuristic go-kart strapped with propellers, but it's surprisingly practical for personal flight. Built from carbon fiber and lightweight aluminum, it weighs just 115 kilograms and can reach speeds up to 102 kilometers per hour. What makes it even more wild is how user-friendly it is. A 4-axis joystick means most people can learn to control it in under 5 minutes. With 20 minutes of flight time, it's not replacing your car anytime soon. But as a taste of consumer-friendly aerial mobility, it's a serious leap forward. All its 2024 and 2025 production slots already sold out. Then there's Xpeng Aero HT, which might just redefine the phrase flying car. Unlike flashy prototypes that only live in concept videos, this machine is designed to spend 90% of its life as a normal road vehicle. But when traffic gets unbearable, it transforms, deploying 8 rotors to lift you over the congestion. The model is currently in its 6th prototype generation, running on domestic Chinese batteries and 4 electric propulsion units. Its focus isn't long-distance flying, but tactical hops, 10 meters up, just enough to glide over bottlenecks. It's not about escaping the city. It's about making the city itself more navigable. For those dreaming of something sleeker, Xpeng's X2 prototype stole plenty of headlines. This 2-seater electric vertical takeoff aircraft can fly for 35 minutes, reach altitudes of up to 1,000 meters, and cruise at 130 kilometers per hour. It isn't just a lab-bound concept either. It completed a public flight in Dubai, showing the world that Xpeng isn't kidding about urban air mobility. With autonomous navigation built in, it's designed to follow pre-programmed routes safely, which is exactly the kind of system cities would need if flying taxis ever become mainstream. But Shenzhen wasn't only about passenger vehicles. Smaller but equally impressive machines filled the expo halls. Micro-drones with flapping wings, modeled after birds and insects, were designed for reconnaissance missions in tight, enclosed spaces where propellers can't operate safely. These could be game changers for search and rescue teams or military units working in urban environments. Amphibious drones capable of diving underwater and then taking flight showed that UAVs aren't limited to one environment anymore. They're crossing boundaries between air, land, and sea. Brains of the sky, AI and autonomy in action. Here's the thing. You can bolt as many rotors and carbon fiber panels onto a drone as you like, but without brains, it's just an expensive fan in the sky. At Shenzhen, the real showstopper wasn't just the hardware, it was the AI driving it. Modern drones are basically flying computers now. Neural networks are giving them the ability to sense their surroundings, dodge obstacles, and even map out the best routes on the fly. Firefighting drones, for example, didn't just spot smoke. They could analyze the situation, alert ground teams, and coordinate water drops in real time. That's no longer a human pilot playing chess with nature. It's the machine making calls on its own. From pilots to passengers, the experience of flying cars and air cabs. For years, drones were all about the pilot, the guy with the remote, nervously keeping the thing from nosediving into the ground. But now, we're flipping the script. At this expo, the real question wasn't how to fly them. It was how it feels to ride in them. Take the Jetson 1. It's marketed as a flying motorcycle, and that's pretty accurate. You're strapped into a minimalist seat, joystick in hand, and within minutes you're buzzing through the air like a sci-fi commuter. It's not luxury. It's pure adrenaline. Compare that with Xpeng's Aero HT, a road-to-air hybrid. Most of the time you drive it like a normal car, but when traffic builds up, the rotors fold out and you're suddenly in fly mode. Think of it as autopilot meets escape hatch. What's interesting is just how accessible these machines are becoming. Some models don't even require a pilot's license, which is wild when you think about the learning curve for traditional aviation. It's not about turning everyone into a pilot anymore. It's about making the passenger experience so intuitive that flying feels as ordinary as ordering a rideshare. The bigger picture, China's low-altitude economy and global impact. The Shenzhen Expo wasn't just about flashy prototypes and cool tech. It was a glimpse into China's master plan. And make no mistake, this isn't just about drones as gadgets. It's about building an entire low-altitude economy. By 2030, China projects this sector could balloon to between 2 and 3 trillion yuan. That's not just a lot of pocket change, that's nation-shaping money. Shenzhen itself is already a drone powerhouse, with over 1,700 companies cranking out tech that collectively generates around 96 billion yuan annually. And that's before these flying cars and AI-heavy defense systems really scale up. Globally, of course, there are hurdles. Regulations, safety standards, and public adoption all take time. But once governments see drones delivering medical supplies, easing urban congestion, or securing national borders, the incentive to fast-track approvals only grows. So, yes, the Drone World Congress wasn't actually a peek into the future, but it rather showed us the now. And the rest of the world? They better keep up.